Hello and welcome. Good evening. I am VSM, and for this video I will share something for all the alchemist class out there, and I sure hope they help, honestly. So this is not meta, by the way. This is just my personal build based on experience from doing raids, participating in PvP, in PvP fields like Faceless Path. Well, on my level, it's mostly on Faceless Path. But I've been on off topic. Let's get to the point. So, since the new update long ago, we have now here three presets which you can put all your skills there and assign the needed skills for each situation that you might encounter. Now, please, again, a reminder that this is just my personal build. You can very much use any combination of skill build on your own, and it might be even better than mine. And so, moving on. So this is my passive. Oh, I just click. No room for error. The no room for error. Helping hand and careful handling. For me, this is a must for my alchemist. I'll never go without them, even by PvP. But again, you can always experiment on a combination of your own. This is just my must-have on an alchemist. Okay. He- Uh, by the way, for preset number one, this is my full support skill on either guild raid or PvP. Here is the potion making. This is also a mandatory. If you have this, yeah, or have not have potion making yet, I recommend that you get potion making right away. Um, okay, I forgot which level was the potion making is available now. There's in page 11 of your talent tree. You can unlock potion making there. So get potion making as soon as you are able to. It is a must have. Free heals for both you and your ally with almost no cost other than a cooldown. And as you can see right here, I have placed my chaos shards first on the green. Delayed fermentation increases the existence time of bottles by 1.5 times. This is essential since normally they would just disappear a few seconds, and they might be gone when you need them the most. And vigor charge. The character receives the haste effect for 3 seconds when using the bottle. As it says, when you yourself or your ally is wounded, you can just go to the potion. You can just go to the potion, and not only you get healed, you get free speed boost as well. And the third one, the red, never too many potions, creates one more bottle. Now, normally potion making, you'll only once if you don't have excuse me, if you don't have the never too many potions, when deploying potion making, there's only three. But if you have never too many potions, as you can see here, you'll have four instead of three, making your chances of survival in an encounter PvP or guild raid significantly higher. Plus, you got speed boost as well. And of course, the transmutation circle. You can never go without it. At least for me. And as usual, expert inscriber decreases ability cooldown by 2 seconds. I like I like my skills to have very short cooldowns. Now this might look 2 seconds might be so short, but trust me, it is very fast. And for the second row of the chaos shards, where I put my shards, a sign of paralysis applies root to all enemies wounded by the ability for 3 seconds. Now this is a must-have for me. It's one of the only crowd control the alchemist has in his skill set or her skill set. And sign of fear applies fear to all enemies for 2 seconds. Now this is a very interesting combination. Now, in signs of paralysis, when you root an enemy, sorry, they won't be able to move anywhere, but they can still cast and attack you. They can still cast skills and attack you. But if you combine it with a sign of fear, for 2 seconds, not only they will be rooted, but they will be, as you can, as you read here, feared. And when a character is feared or a player, they can't do anything. It's like stun. Wait, it's kind of like stun. So they can't do anything. They cannot attack you. They cannot cast any skills. And that's why it's very crucial to have this. They won't be able to move and they won't be able to do anything for 2 seconds at least. And of course, the mandatory skill elixir of life. You cannot go without it. Very useful. It'll buff you up. It'll increase your health and maybe some speed. And this is my shards. Toward immortality increases the duration by 20%. Very useful. Combine it with your equipment with balance, and it will increase the duration even more, making your survival in an encounter significantly more higher than usual. And faster reflexes applies haste and up speed up to you for 6 seconds. So if you need to escape or get to a place that you really needed, this is a must. And my third, my red shard, strengthen restores health to all allies within 5 meters for every 3 seconds. This is very useful, especially in a group battle, whether it's a guild raid or PvP. Just stand within 5 meters of your allies or party members, and they will heal every 3 seconds. Very crucial, very useful. And of course, the healing elixir. You can't be a full support alchemist without it. And this is my shards. Salutary draft applies regeneration to the target. Now, why I choose the salutary draft? And again, free heal as they regenerate, so making the chances of your ally survival much higher. And also, by the way, let me show you something about the salutary draft. Now you can apply. Oh, crud! Sorry. Okay, let me take a breather for a second. Sorry about that. I I I drank too much. I drank too much water, and I had to visit the ceramic throne. So anyway, about the solitary draft, you can cast to another player, and they will regenerate. Okay, let's wait for 10 seconds. As you can see here, for 6 seconds they regenerate as you heal. But if you use it on yourself, the effects are much less potent than you cast on another player. I don't know why. Must be for balancing purposes. So something very interesting there. Same for when you're healing yourself. It's much less effective on your when you use it on your own, like most of the alchemist abilities. And then continue on with my shard. Oh god. Sorry if I butcher the pronunciation here. Resuscitation. Resist resuscitation. Sorry. Removes all controlling effects from target. Actually, it doesn't matter much to me. Like the fifth element, deals magical damage applied to an enemy. Um, well, that's not ideal for me. I might accidentally heal. Heal the enemy, or rather, damage the enemy with the fifth element, rather than healing your own ally. Especially you have melee allies, you might accidentally click on the enemy and damage them instead of healing your ally. So I chose resuscitation out of necessity. Also, it removes all controlling effects from target. Now I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure what defines as all controlling effects from the target. I do not seem to. When somebody gets stunned or something, I have not tested it yet. To be honest, even at PvP, it doesn't even do anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind. If anyone who has more idea on how effective resuscitation is, please let me know. I'm just not active enough to experiment on it. Mm, accelerated regeneration. Oh yeah, sorry. As for my third shard of choice, accelerated regeneration. When the ability is used on an ally, you also restore health by 30% of the amount given to them. When used on an enemy, you'll also restore your health by 50% of the damage dealt. Now, the latter part of the accelerated regeneration description might be useful for those who wants to go solo, but in a team fight or a guild raid, this is uh, also very useful. You can't help it. You might get wounded by yourself. So another free heal when you use it on your ally or enemy added more chance for you to survive. It's pretty straightforward actually. And of course, the protective barrier, the very the very effective shield of the alchemist. And here's the shards I'm using. Healing wounds when the ability is active. The target's health will be restored, taking damage from auto attacks. Keep in mind, it says auto attacks. If the enemy skilled on you, you cast their skills on you, the triggering effects. The effects will not trigger. You only heal from it from auto damage attacks. That's normal attack. And healing blast. After the barrier is removed, applies regeneration to all allies within 5 meters of the target. Duration is 6 seconds. So as the shield explodes or ends in duration, as it dissipates, any ally within 5 meters will be healed. Of course, that's according, and the heal is of course according to your ability power or balance. More to balance actually. Oh, in case I have forgotten, balance is, where's the balance again? The trait. No, no, no. There. This is very if this is the unique trait that only available to certain classes on this case, the balance is a unique trait only available to the alchemist class, which boosts your abilities, making your heals more effective in that. And the last is the anti-magic shield, a very must. Well, in this case, even though I use this one, I use on PvP. I mean, for this preset and preset number one, I use for PvP and guild raid. Now, when it comes to guild raid, the anti-magic shield actually doesn't do much since the boss would not get silence. The guild raid boss would not get silence and basically useless. I just use the preset number one here as a general purpose type, so I can go in and switch to PvP mode or guild raid mode anytime. So the anti-magic shield applies silence to all enemies within 5 meters for 3 seconds. When it's PvP, anyone close, of course, within 5 meters will be silenced. Very straightforward. Not much use on a guild. Oh, actually, scratch that. It's actually very useful on guild raid as well. I mean, for the shield part, not for the anti-magic shield. Uh, you can always set them to unstable barrier, deals magic damage to all enemies within 5 meters if you want in a guild raid, but in a PvP, the unstable barrier doesn't. It does damage your opponents, but I think it's more practical to silence them instead so that they won't be able to cast their skills on you or your allies. And that's it for my preset number one, used for PvP encounters or guild raid. And I'll show you now my preset number two. This is what I use for solo quests, solo daily quests. Now, you might say that why am I not using the forbidden component? The description, as you can see here, is exactly why I won't use them, even for solo daily quests. All damage you deal is increased by 20, but the damage you receive is increased by 15 as well. That's just my personal preference, but I don't like using this. You can use this for combinations uh, on your own if you like, but I do not like using the forbidden component passive ability. It's just my usual passives right here: helping hand, no room for error, careful handling, even for farming, solo farming and solo daily quests. Directional transformation, the first skill, active skill that we alchemists can ever have. Now I chose this one because it's for its low cooldown, and you can pretty much use it as a main damage dealer to mobs in daily quests or for farming. Now clean shot increases the ability damage to monsters by 30. Very useful, very useful. Since we alchemists don't have that much damage at the start or in any start. And depletion applies depletion to the enemy for 5 seconds. Now depletion here is a debuff, which actually I forgot what effects depletion is, but I'll let you guys figure that out. But I chose depletion instead for like invulnerability. God dang, I'm a failure. I actually forgot the effects of depletion. Oh wait, give me a minute, guys. I'll go find a mob. I go find a mob to show you the effects of depletion. Of course, you can always look it for yourself, but for this video, I shall And for my own, I shall demonstrate it, and for my own curiosity as well, since I completely forgot what it does. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, that suck. The depletion never took place. Okay, let me find another one that's able to endure the attack. Okay, there's the Arachnid Reaper. Oh, there is the depletion. Character restores some health when dealing with damage to the target. Wait, the character restores some health when dealing damage to the target with an auto attack. Yes! Yes, I finally know the description of depletion. Okay, I'm satisfied now. And I can't believe I forgot about it, so forgive me for that. And so, moving on. Now, pyromancy, as it says here, inflicts burn on an enemy for 3 seconds. And as you know, there's a chance that when burning a mob or I when a mob or a player gets burned, sometimes fear would be a debuff. They'll be get debuffed by fear. So it's also in a sense a crowd control, very useful. And I hope that whenever you cast whenever you cast the directional transformation and the burn always gets your opponents to fear. And of course, transmutation circle. It's actually the same as before. Oh wait. Sorry, not the same as before. Oh god, I completely forgot my own. Expert inscriber as usual, and sign of life and death. For this one, the ability restores 10% more health and inflicts 20% more damage if you have over 50% health. Since this is my farming solo daily quest preset, I use the signs of life and death because of the extra damage that will do and the extra health heal that for yourself. And of course, sign of fear. I chose sign of fear because whenever you are in a PvP zone, obviously it's a free for all PvP there, you might encounter a red player or a player killer who's looking for some quick kills. Maybe when you cast the transmutation circle, you can buy time for yourself to fight or flee. So I chose this just in case. And of course, the elixir of life, just the same one, except for the third, the red, the red row of the chaos shard placements. Spitfire extra applies burn to all enemy within 5 meters for 3 seconds. This is for my reminder again. This is for my solo farming and daily quests for extra damage. And potion making, I put it in the third. I mean, I put it on the fourth slot. Uh, it's like as again, the first two is the same except for the third one, which I use surprise battle instead of the creates too many potions. Applies burn effect 2 times on enemy within range, but reduces the number of vials created by one. So you'll only get two instead of one since you're using surprise bottle, but in exchange you'll have a burn effect just like a Molotov cocktail. Let me demonstrate to you guys. Normally there are 3, but with surprise battle there's only 2, but with a burn effect, so it's very useful for solo farming. You can even cast it on a player killer just in case, but I recommend just running away since most player killer are stronger than you in DPS. But depending on your armor and the situation, maybe you can kill the player killer and turn the battle around. And so here, protective barrier, it's the same, healing wounds. But the second row, I use Phoenix Flame. After the barrier is removed, applies burn to all enemies within 5 meters of the target, duration 6 seconds. So another extra damage for the solo farming um, solo farming daily quest preset skill build. You need as many damage as you can and whenever you can. And my third preset is mainly for guild raid or maybe anomaly. Yes, anomaly. Guild raid and anomaly fights. Uh, use potion making. It's actually it's actually just a copy of preset number one, but instead of the shield, instead of the protective barrier, I use the distortion seal. Now, what is this? The distortion seal? I know alchemist on my level already knows this, but it creates a distortion seal in the indicated direction. All allies within the range of the seal receive haste, while opponents receive slowdown and magical damage each second. I recommend not using this on PvP too much or not at all because it is a static skill. If and you know you cannot be static in a PvP battle. You must always be mobile. For the effects, it's such a waste. I wish distortion seal is not so static, but then again the effects are just powerful. If it's not static, it will be very powerful and very annoying to deal with. And so the shard I'm using is the Master of Calligraphy because I like my skills to have low cooldown as much as possible. And Defensive Ruins. All allies receive defense ability within the range of the ability. Not, normally it would be just just you. I mean just haste, but with the defensive runes, it'll add defense and not just haste. It doesn't apply to your opponents in case they get close to you like that. Only by yourself, by the way. And the third one is Energy Focus. All allies inflict 20 more damage within the range of the ability. As it says here, every one of your allies will receive 20% damage. So when in guild raid or in anomaly boss battle, or maybe in a normal boss battle like Nowhere and Baladrog and stuff, very useful since everybody will have 20% more damage. And with the defensive runes added adds defense as well, so they'll be a bit bulky within the range of the distortion seal. Now, one of the fine things that I use the distortion seal on is like when uh, when fighting the destroyer boss right here. You know when the destroyer uses the his final attack, which will, unless you have one spike to hide in, is very devastating. So before he attacks, I use distortion seal to to grant defense to my allies as we fight. I mean, as the destroyer attacks. So it adds more. It adds to their defense, and if in just in case that you don't have a spike to hide with, it will increase your chances of survival just a little bit when when the destroyer does his final attack. So it's better to have a spike to hide in. than to use the distortion seal, and I mean use rely the distortion seal for survival purposes. And so that's my take on all the skills that I used in every situation, and the pre-made thanks to the pre-made slot, it will be even more easier now to just switch to our needed skills on certain situations. So thank you to whoever suggested this to the developers. It's now very, very easy. All you need to do is just switch and bang, you have the skills needed for a certain situation. Coincidentally, we also have the presets for armor. Number only slots 1 and 2, but I only have one set, which is my PvP set. Maybe in the near future I will collect some collectors so that I can be more effective at guild raids. And so that's it. I hope this video help you improve, or at least get an idea on what to do. And maybe you can share your build to me as well. This is the ESM, by the way. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. Wow, this is actually gone for like half an hour. Well, everyone, bye for now.